Hey guys, it's Mark Rodriguez here, and I'm going to talk a little bit of, I guess, YouTube drama, you want to call it. I don't get too involved in YouTube drama, internet drama, whatever, and, and this is not a video which is not intended to talk bad about these other people involved in the situation, but, I figure this is on YouTube, you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're interested in gaming videos and reviewing videos, or you're trying to be a video game reviewer, back in the day, back in 2010, 2009, then you were probably a witness to this. You probably took part of it in one way or another. So I kind of figured, why not make a video with my thoughts? You can add your thoughts and your comments from your side, from your point of view, as we all witness all the things that took place in this video. And let me start first. There's going to be a mixture between what happened in recent events that caused me to make this video to kind of, I just had to put my 2 cents in, and going back to the past. It's going to kind of flip-flop. And, okay, so the first thing is, of course, you got James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. Started out as an angry Nintendo nerd back in, well, I don't know. I first started seeing his videos in 2009, 2010. But eventually, when he got more popular and he didn't want to get, problems with Nintendo, and he was starting covering more games than just Nintendo, he was called Angry Video Game Nerd. And his theme was basically dressed up in the stereotypical nerd costume, the white shirt with the pocket protector glasses. And he would review old Nintendo or other kind of old games that were horrible and crappy, and just comment and yell and swear and everything about how bad they were. And yeah, and when I first watched it, it was pretty cool. I loved it. I like how when the first couple of videos, there were actually people that didn't know that he was a guy just playing a role. It wasn't, I guess this was his thoughts, but he was overacting like a cartoonish version of this angry nerd guy that just plays games all day and yells and swears and screams. People back then actually thought that was him, but it's a character. But yeah, the part I liked the most was when he reviewed the first Turtle game for Nintendo, and, we had that game too, and we agreed with every single thing he said about the game. Me and Johnny were watching that. And my favorite part of all time, basically, is when there's like this part of the game where there's this almost impossible, almost pointless jump to make due to how the levels are structured, and you're just trying to do this jump, endless times trying to get it, and we see how he's doing it, and he's like, damn. And everything, and it's just so funny because it just brings it back to whenever me and Johnny were playing the game, and we're like, fuck, damn, come on, man, oh, man, you're so close, what the fuck? So we agreed with every point he brought out. And then, yeah, we watched some of his games. Most of the time, there were games that I never really played that much, but it does ring true. Like, he has kind of an ongoing theme, which is true even today, unfortunately, that most of the time, games based on movies or other popular things suck as all hell, because the companies just want to make a quick buck, make a game based on a movie loosely, and who cares if it sucks, they'll buy it anyways because they're fans of the movie, and that's the kind of thing. But anyways, that's the thing, that's the nerd, big fan of his show. And then, while browsing through YouTube, I also found the Irate Gamer. And he was another guy that also yelled and swore and screamed and talked bad stuff about games. And they both do the same thing too. That the games would be so horrible that they would destroy them at the end of the video. They would drill holes in them. They would burn them, throw them out the window, break them, and stuff like that. And yeah, it was interesting, yeah, they were pretty similar. And yeah, there were a bunch of other, like, angry videos of other people, but basically, it was just random kids or whatever, just yelling in the room. The nerd and Irate Gamer both had, like, their shows were more polished with, better editing, better camera angles, special effects, They actually talked about the game and gave you information about, when it was released, when it was made, memories of, the production of the game, stuff like that, and not just this game sucks, this game sucks, this game sucks. They gave more details. And yeah, so that's when we decided to we got inspired. We wanted to throw our hand to the ring. We wish we could. We thought that you needed all kinds of expensive equipment. When we saw, like, Impulse Kid and other people, we got inspired that, well, they can do it, and they're not, spending lots of money on effects and camera angles and super awesome lighting, and we could give it a shot, and that's what we did. And yeah, at first, when I told some of my friends about I want to do, like, maybe on YouTube and everything, they were kind of like, oh, man, not that angry stuff, too. And it's like, no, I didn't want to kind of rip off like everybody else was. Everybody was jumping on the whole angry video game nerd thing. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, if the game sucks, then yeah, I'll probably yell and scream about the things that make it suck. And then there are some games that you've seen before that I did yell and scream. But if the games are actually good, we're gonna cover good games too. We're gonna talk about and give information and so forth. And yeah, we got involved. But anyways, main thing is that the Irate Gamer, his earlier videos were almost exactly the same, almost like direct rip-offs of the nerd. If you watch, for example, his review for Back to the Future and review for Ninja Turtles, most of the same jokes, same scenes, same everything, even like made up things like a nerd would say shitload of fuck. That's like a made up term that he made up. Irate Gamer will say that too. So he would get like all this hates and all this hatred about that, and all his videos, he would have like tons of subscribers, and every video, the moment it hits online, over 300 to 400, 500 comments, all hatred, all bad stuff, all like we hate you, you suck, you big ripoff, oh you copycat, you hack, non-stop, and so the reason that this video kind of came to my attention now is that even though the Irate Gamer started with that, back in, I don't know, 09, 06, whenever he started that stuff, he changed, he started doing more stuff. He started covering other games that were not just what the nerd was covering. He started covering modern games, because the nerd, of course, his whole thing is we're going to take you back to the past, so it's all, retro stuff. He was, the Irate Gamer started doing modern things. He started doing other things, started doing like a documentary kind of thing, the history of video games. And I don't really watch his site too much nowadays, but it's got a lot of Skylander stuff. And yeah, the nerd doesn't cover Skylander. And yeah, so it's all different stuff. But the thing is, the thing that brought my attention was a video made by this other guy named Archfiend. And Archfiend, well, his video is supposed to be like his thoughts, his opinions on certain things, like certain internet dramas and, sports and things. And yeah, he would talk stuff about Irate Gamer and the nerd and stuff like that too. Whenever I guess the next big thing hits, he would comment on that. So he made a video the other day commenting on how he was browsing on the latest, this is now 2014, the latest videos of the Irate Gamer, and to this day, every video continues to get thousands and thousands of hate messages of you're a ripoff, you're horrible, the nerd came first and whatever, you don't even deserve to be on YouTube, just quit, and all that all that hatred and everything. And it's like, guys, it's been since I don't know how long he's not even making like rip-off videos anymore. All this stuff is new and different, and he's doing all these things. And in fact, the nerd is barely making any videos nowadays at all for him to rip off of anyway, So that was his big point. And I guess the Irate Gamer himself reacted to that video, and he posted this long video where he explains in more details about what happened at his side of the story, because he's never said anything, really. He never said anything about the videos, and people would hate him, and he would either disable the comments or just, like, not comment at all on anything. He would never admit anything, and that was one of the things that got everyone so pissed, too, that, like, oh, he acts like if all his stuff is all new. He doesn't want to admit that he ripped off from the AVGN, even though it's obvious, and so now he made a video saying that the reason that his videos, the earlier ones, were so similar is because he actually entered this Out Nerd the Nerd contest, I think, or Screw Attack, or one of those sites where that was the point, to make a video where you're trying to act like the video game nerd, or I guess your version of it, and see if you could if your antics could top his antics and whatever. And apparently the big thing was that his videos were actually, he didn't win the contest, but some of his videos were actually featured on YouTube, and he actually became a YouTube partner, because if you remember, back in the day, you had to be like, I don't know, you had to have a very, a high amount of subscribers and all that stuff, and lots of views, like a certain status, I should say, so you could be a YouTube partner back then and make money off your videos. Now, dude, you just make 10 videos or so, and already you're getting like a notification from YouTube that you can now monetize your videos. So it's not so epic now as it was back then. But the thing is, I guess most of the rage came that the nerd was first, he was the original, and I'm sorry, I do like his videos better than the Irate Gamers, and everyone is like complaining that, how come he's not a partner, and then this rip-off, this hack, is now a partner, and he's making lots of money off his videos. He's got tons of subscribers. He's featured. How dare he be featured and not the real guy that started it all? And I can understand that. But one thing that Archfiend mentioned in another video he made to follow up on this is that, well, basically it's YouTube's fault, not really the Irate Gamer's fault. I mean, they're the ones that made that decision. I don't know why they never went with the nerd, you know. And I think I remember even one time there was a time where the nerd himself got his channel pulled down because, like, I guess YouTube thought he was some guy stealing the nerd's videos, and it's like, dude, I am the nerd. I'm not stealing my own videos. That was something. But then, yeah, so that's like the whole drama. I guess Irate Gamer, you know, came out and gave his thoughts on the subject and everything. And the angry video game nerd is also losing favor nowadays. A while back, he made a Kickstarter for a Cheetah Man 2 game. I don't know who the hell would want to pay for that, but apparently the Kickstart, whatever, was a scam or something. So, of course, lots of heat fell on the nerd. The nerd, had, you know, he's saying he had nothing to do with it. He didn't know. And I don't know, benefit of the doubt, maybe he had nothing to do with it. Who knew, you know? If I had some company and wanted me to make money for whatever, and then I found out, I mean, you know, I would have found out, I'm like, oh, crap, I didn't know, you know, I would have stopped. And then, of course, the nerd made his movie, and he made another like a Kickstart kind of thing where the fans could also donate money to help pay to make the movie. And well, obviously, I got no opinion against that. There was a lot of hatred about it. I have no opinion really because, guys, if there's fans and you love them that much and you actually want to donate money, then, you know, more power to them, you know. They want to do that. I mean, I like I don't got money to just throw around like that, so I mean, I could like the guy all I want and like his videos, but I won't donate money. I don't got the kind of cash just lying around to donate to some YouTube guy, but you know, I mean, if they want to do it, more power to them. And of course, the movie, because I mean, guys, it's a movie. It takes time to film and edit. It's a big, you know, production. I saw like the trailer with a tank. I'm like, dude, he fucking rented an actual tank for the movie, you know, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that takes time. So there was a lot of heat when there was some silence, you know, between months, occasional update, but silence. People were like, oh, we're getting ripped off. Oh, this movie's never gonna happen. Ha ha, you suckers gave all that money to him for a movie that isn't gonna be made and anything. You're never gonna see that money again and all that stuff. And well, now the movie finally came out, that kind of shut them up a little bit. But then now there's even more complaints because I guess I haven't seen it, but personally, you know, but I guess the movie wasn't that good. So now people are complaining that it wasn't worth it. You still got scammed. The movie came out, but yeah, it sucked and everything. And yeah, so it's a lot of things there. So anyways, guys, what do you think of these topics, though? What do you think of this whole situation between the angry video game nerd and the Irate Gamer and everything? You know, personally, and my thoughts, I like both shows, okay? I like both shows, but, I mean, there's things that I like and I don't like. The nerd, I just really don't like the gross out humor, though. You know, maybe, I don't know, you can make fun of me, whatever you want to say, but I don't like the whole him crapping all over the video games. I know it's fake, I know it's like beans or whatever, but I just don't want to see that kind of humor. That's kind of, you know, gross. That's probably the only reason why I'll never buy one of his DVDs or whatever, because I want, like, that episode permanently on my DVD episode. He craps on things, you know? But everything else is fine. I like the humor, I like the editing, the information, all that stuff. The Irate Gamer, I still watch his show, because, you know, you're watching on YouTube, it's like, okay, I already saw, like, at the time, 5 or 6 videos of Nerd got. I'll watch some of the Irate Gamer, you know? His show's kind of okay. I just think he relies too much on special effects, even when you don't need to. It's like saying just because you can doesn't mean you have to. A lot of videos have a lot of special effects for anything. Just there's like a forced joke almost every 2 seconds that includes a special effect to cut out graphic or whatever. I think it's too much, and like over relying on that, like that effect where there's like several of him on screen at the same time, and I mean I just don't. And I'm not really a fan of long-ass skits. I know the Nerd does it too, but he's the Nerd only does it like once or twice. I'm not big on big storylines and big whatever. And yes, I know, kind of hypocritical. I kind of did the same thing with the evil clone thing. But it was just a little experiment, just a little thing, you know, with our limited resources. But yeah, you know, it's just that kind of thing. But another thing is, I do like his history of video games. That's very interesting information he's giving out. The only thing I don't like is that, again, I just don't find him too funny. His jokes are pretty lame. And again, special effects for the sake of special effects. And he talks about how long it takes to make the videos. Well, dude, they would be done quicker if you didn't waste time cutting and pasting 4 or 5 different versions of yourself on stream at the same time. Because I do like the history of video games. They're very well done. But honestly, they would be 10 times better if you just stuck to the thing and just cut out the jokes. Because I do find it entertaining and educational, the history with the Odyssey, the Magnavox, and the different versions of Pong. But I just don't need the lame-ass jokes in there. Just stick to the thing, and that could actually be pretty good if you just did it like that. But those are basically my thoughts. But yeah, I have no real hatred for either of them. I mean, they're both free to do whatever they want. I mean, I don't know, like, there's lots of little things here and there. Well, you can see the videos. I'll put the links below with more information, more details, if you want to see them, about, I guess, how the nerd took pot shots at the Irate Gamer. And, of course, we have to keep in mind, this is all the Irate Gamer's point of view, so also take that as you will, because I don't know if the Angry Video Game Nerd himself will ever come back and respond to this, if he would ever make videos. I think he's probably too busy right now with all this stuff, his merchandising or whatever, to waste time looking at YouTube videos anyways now, I would believe. So it would probably take a while before he even finds out about this. So, but still, we don't know his side of the story. But I really have nothing against both of them. And even with the Irate Gamer and stuff, I mean, okay, he has a reason. Maybe it was true about the contest, maybe it's not, you know, or whatever. But either way, even if he did rip off or not rip off at the beginning, he's changed a lot since then. All these videos are all new material, all different things that the nerd does not even cover or not even talk about. I mean, you can't say, oh, he's ripping off the Video Game Nerd Skylander reviews, because he doesn't review Skylander stuff. So all that hatred should really go away. It's just a waste of time hating someone for someone that he did. I mean, he didn't actually murder someone. It's just, you know, water under the bridge. I doubt the nerd even gives a crap, honestly. And even the Archfiend that would do several hate videos against the Irate Gamer kind of turned around and, well, I don't know, maybe it was a little hard on the guy. So I think if even someone like him, if you've seen his videos, they were pretty intense. Even someone like him can kind of turn around. I think some of us could do it. But, I mean, I actually like both shows. You know, I still like the nerd better. But I like both shows. I was never, like, completely for one against the other. I don't waste time posting hate crap on people's YouTube videos. So I never really went down with that. But, like I said, if you were a gamer or a game reviewer, you're probably involved somehow. You probably saw the nerd videos, the Irate Gamer videos. Maybe you're a fan of one or the other. Maybe you're a fan of both. Maybe you just hate both. Or maybe you saw the AVGN movie, like it, didn't like it, you know, all that stuff. But like I said, you guys are more than free to leave your comments, your opinions, your thoughts on the matter. It kind of looks like right now, the Irate Gamer is basically gaining the respect from people now that he gave more of his side of the story. And I guess the Video Game Nerd is losing respect because I guess we wasn't that good. Personally, I mean, he had a vision and he made it happen. You know, if we don't like it, well, I can't really hate him for that either. I mean, the Nostalgia Critic make his movies, and you know, I like them, but if they suck, I'm not gonna be like, I have hatred against him because his movie sucked. So that's also like a stupid reason to just suddenly hate someone. But I mean, I could see if you were the one that donated a lot of money and the movie didn't come out as good, I could kind of see it from that way. But everyone else, I mean, whatever, you know. So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here, long-winded video. I'm going to end it before it gets even more long-winded. We got more videos coming up this weekend of stuff that you just have to wait and see. And, but yeah, like I said, it's a big issue, sort of, kind of. Well, like I said, it's something that we were all in on, okay? We were all on YouTube, and we all like the nerd, the gamer, for or against or whatever. I mean, leave your comments below. What do you think of this thing? Is it awesome or not? Is it good or bad? Do you believe the Irate Gamer or not? Because, again, his side of the story, we don't know the nerd side of the story. But, yeah. Leave your comments below. I got links to all the videos involving this, so you guys can watch them yourselves for your own opinions. But yeah. So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. Random video. Yep. And those are my thoughts.